Hey, what's up? This is DeRay, The Frequency. And this video is being made with purpose. I'm making this to my future self, my future client. It's my first video. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is pre-launch, pre-YouTube, pre-everything. And this is to show, number one, myself, my clients, loved ones, and everybody that believed or had a problem with believing just as I did. Just do it like Nike. I am that I am. But the purpose of this video is today I was at one of my many breaking points. The tears came down uncontrollably. I felt worthless, useless, despite all my good efforts. And after my breakdown, after feeling completely useless, number one, my wife, my best friend, my other half told me, none of that stuff you saying is true. Negative self-talk. The most important conversation is the conversation that you'll have with yourself. So it was negative self-talk. But what touched me most, like my kids, man, my son coming in. You know, I just like, man, I'm useless, I'm worthless, I'm a loser, so to speak, because I feel like I ain't where I should be, or I don't have the things that I quote unquote should have. And my son said to me, excuse the kids, man, them and my 2-year-old twins, Kate and Kaylani. Man, y'all gonna see them, y'all gonna meet them growing up. Little snippet, excuse me. Excuse them. But my son told me, he said, you're not a loser. He said, the minute you chose to stay with us and the twins, it makes you our hero, my everything. So like, man, a lot of y'all probably feel worthless and useless due to past mistakes, choices, probably blame other people, whatever the case may be. But man, we are somebody's son, we are somebody's brother, sister, we are, most of us somebody's parent. And we are somebody to somebody. And first thing I had to do is change my self-image. When you change your self-image, you will change how you look at yourself. You will change how you treat yourself. You will change what you tolerate, what you don't tolerate, what you will allow into your life, into your space, the energy, 'cause I am the frequency. The Bible says I am. That's why I ain't even gonna say I chose that name. That name came to me. Part of my music journey, Frequency the Kid, you know what I'm saying? And like everything make perfect sense now. Like from my tag name, Lil Flame, from claiming, my sets and affiliations with the Bloods, just I had a rage about me, man, big chip on my shoulder, mad at the world, So to be healed is a beautiful thing. To come out of that, to find purpose in my pain, find purpose through my struggles, is a beautiful thing. So, through the recovery journey, they say the only way to give it away is to keep it. So here's my form of giving back my service to mankind, my fellow service to brotherhood. I want to give to you as it was given to me. Everything You know, let me tell you about me. From Nashville, Tennessee. Was raised by my grandparents. My father been in prison all my life, in and out of prison, more in than out. My mother had me when she was young. She was a teenager. She was in state custody. Put me up for adoption. My grandmama did not want the state to take me, so my father's mother adopted me. My mama was 16 years old when she had me. My daddy got sent to prison while my mama was pregnant. He was convicted of armed robbery. So he got sentenced to 15 years before I was born. So, I had the sheltered upbringing, from Inglewood. That's the hood, that's the trenches. But that had nothing to do with me. My grandparents didn't let me out of their sight. I couldn't even go out the yard till I was big enough to talk back and disobey. But I went to magnet schools. I was smart. I always made good grades. I played sports, my grandparents kept me very active. I played baseball. After baseball was over, football season. After football season was over, it was basketball season. I was busy year round. During summertime, I would often go to like a church camp or something. So there was no free time to quote unquote get in trouble. So all this went on until middle school, 7th, 8th grade. I went to Meg's Magnet School. Shout out to Starlito. I ain't gonna play no real name. Jermaine, everybody from the city know that. But man, I went to school with him. A few other real ones, man. My homeboy, Calvin McGee, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy. Shout out, Lano. Y'all know what's going on. I see what y'all doing over at the Born Rich podcast. See y'all soon. So, my father got out of prison when I was in roughly 7th, 8th grade. That's when my grades began to drop. I only got put out of magnet school. I was supposed to go to public school. I went to East Middle School. There I had a close friend. We're just gonna say first name only, man, Fred. So me and Fred, my daddy gave us 10 sacks a piece and had me bring back $100. So from there, I started hustling. Selling weed in school, getting in and out of trouble. So eventually getting put out of school, I hung with the older cats because I wasn't going to school. My father always had the guns. The older guys used to come get guns from my daddy. It's like my daddy was a non-robber. So, the people would come get guns and stuff from my daddy to hit licks and then bring his guns back and, they would break them out basically. So, I'm a kid, these older niggas would have me with them because I'm running around, I'm supposed to be at school. I got the weed because my daddy sells weed, so I go get a handful of weed out of his room. He don't even know it's gone. I got a pocket full of weed. I go get a gun. I got the gun on me, thinking I'm grown. I'm running around, these older guys. They got me with them. I got the weed, I got the gun, you know what I'm saying? So I'm running with these niggas. I'm 14, 15, these niggas 18, 19, you know what I'm talking about? Certified robbers, real deal smackers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing what they do, you feel me? We robbing people, we robbing stores, we stealing cars, I'm selling dope, I'm selling weed, I'm breaking their houses, I'm doing everything it is to do. By the grace of God, I made it through that. Still here. I got a bunch of scars, bunch of stories, and a messed up record. But by the grace of God, I'm here. And I will say this, part of my testimony, everybody, not some, everybody that I done this stuff with, they not here. This man, one person still around, or either they just came home from prison for a long time since we was kids, or I have this one friend, Too Sweet, my best friend, who I used to always be with. He's in a wheelchair. And he was one of them guys, he didn't smoke or drink or nothing. He was just a real deal animal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sweet, aka Maurice Wiley. I love you. Um, that went on. So, we get older, we get out of school. Friends, we fighting together. It's neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Inglewood versus the bottom versus South 8 versus here. And we was always clicked up. We get out of school. I left school early, like 11th grade. Graduated. I was smart. I got put out of school. My granny was not going for me getting a GED that allowed me to take the exit exam and pass. So, and then I moved out. My grandfather, man, I was blessed. I was very fortunate. Had my own crib, car, all of this before I was 18. A few cars. But, friends, that's when I learned everybody ain't your friend, man. People I used to be around, I had nice things. Man, they envy me, and I ain't know that. Girls like me, whatever. And these friends would rob me or set me up to get robbed. And after school, people started gangbanging, you know what I'm saying? Crips, GD, blood wasn't really a thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, East Nashville, most of the Christians, I wanted to be a G, I ain't even gonna lie. 7-4 to the world blow. But, and somebody that I was hanging with, and this was the second time I got robbed. I was 18. First time I was 16, coming out of the center. Somebody I know, I had the new Nike Boeings, the black and red joints. He wanted me to take my shoes out. And he said out there sad. I'm like, bro, what's up, you all right? He like, man, you come out your shoe. Cool. I just looked at him like he crazy. Long story short, he ain't do nothing. I walked home, got my granddaddy 357, walked back up there with tears in my ass. But I'm speeding through this because I want to go somewhere with this story. Anyway, I learned friends ain't my friends. I got robbed, pistol whipped. I have all type of scars and stuff to prove what I've been through out here in these streets. And I'm selling drugs, getting in trouble, getting drug charges, pistol charges, hanging with the wrong crowd. My first charge was armed robbery, aggravated burglary, aggravated kidnapping. By the grace of God, I will say this, I am not a convicted felon. Charges and convictions, two different things. Let me put out any disclaimers, anything I need to put out. The story may or may not be true, whatever, but it may be. Check this out. I got food cooking, remember, I had a whole lot going on, but this is for purpose. Friends with my friends. I started getting set up, started getting robbed. I was real defiant. Fuck you. I started claiming blood. I was against the world. I had a chip on my shoulder. Real crash out. Got incarcerated for some stuff. First time I had to do some real time, my grandmother died. So on my face, Catherine Osborne Evans. I come home, I went from 2 houses, everything I wanted before I went to jail. I get out. My grandmama died. My father got sent back to prison, federal prison this time, 15-year sentence. And my only mother, the person that I knew as a mother, my little brother's mama, my stepmama, committed suicide, jumped off the Clarksville Highway Bridge. And keep in mind, all of this went on the same year. So I get out to an empty house. My food's going out. So, anyway, this is very important. So I got out. I took it hard. I had to stay at the mission. Like with the addicts, the homeless, the bums. I started using drugs. Them became my friends, hard drugs. So I'm in South Nashville. It's a known Crip neighborhood. I'm a known blood. I'm on these hard drugs at the time. So people trying to do me any kind of way, they disrespected me, but they basically violate me, man. So I learned every person to get high is not a junkie, and you do not treat no human being like a junkie. Okay, so I was crashing out on busting heads out there. It was to the point the police were stopping me saying, I'm worried about you. But I say all that just to talk about what God brought me through. I'm talking about real killing fields, really did walk with demons. So I walked through that. I come through that. I made it. Beat addiction. Beat all of this. God blessed me with everything that I wanted and manifested. And none of that would be possible if I gave up. None of that would be possible if I gave up. So this is my very first video. This is getting sent out to you with faith. You see me now, and you see this the beginning. And I just took that step of faith. I just took that step of faith. And I made a conscious decision to want and do better. Whatever you want to be it, do it. Do it with a good heart, align your mind, your energy, and take action. Yeah, be blessed. The frequency is the key.